In this movie, let's keep working with our templates. What I want to do is go back and apply our Milky Way template, and I also want to show you how to edit specific items on our Milky Way template. Now right now we have blue is what we used earlier. We could change that to red, green. Let's change that. If we want a background variation color, and whether we want fluid with maximum for the template width, we want medium, small, or just fluid. Let's save that, and then we'll go in here and make that our default template. We'll assign that to the default. Now we're going to look at actually editing this in a moment. Let's go to our website and refresh. That will get rid of that grassy template. And now it's installed our Milky template with the different little changes that we set on it. Now, let's go back to the Milky Way template. If we want to, we can change the HTML by simply clicking that button. Right here you can go in and change different items that you want to. If you do change anything, make sure you know what you're doing. Before you change anything, I highly recommend making a copy of that file. Go out to your website. Let's go up to our main Joomla folder here, and you can see there's a templates folder right there, easy to see. Here's our Milky Way template. There's our HTML, there's our CSS. Make copies of files. Don't lose them. You can go in there, whichever CSS you use, just copy it right from your FTP program. It's very easy to do. Make a copy of it. You can also just download it, bring it down to your computer so you have an original copy. I definitely would put a copy remotely and put one locally, just to save yourself some grief, because I've been there, done that. So save the file. Don't worry about messing it up then. You can make changes, because sometimes you're not sure if that's the right coding, so you can make those changes and you don't have to worry about it. So if you know what div tags are and different things like that, you'll be able to go in here and read it and change those items. It's nothing that you have to know how to do. You can also edit the CSS. You can see there's different CSS templates. If I want to change the red one, I can go in here for the BG, which is background. Blue, black, green, the black background, just the red CSS, I can go in there and edit that. If a link's been visited, that's the color it applies. If it's on hovering, that's the color it applies. So on and so forth. You can go down and read all the CSS, the cascading style sheet information. If you want to know what the background files are, look for those PNG files. Notice it's in the images folder. We know where that's at. You can go in there then and edit that specific graphic to make it more specific to your site. So there's lots you can do when editing the templates comes about. If you find a template that's pretty much what you need, but you want to make a few changes, this is where you would do it at, in those CSS and the HTML files. So take a minute, go in there, find a template in the template manager, and take a look at the CSS and HTML files. Then see if you can get a copy of those files out of the remote site, bring them down locally, just to make sure that you have at least one set. And I highly recommend making a second copy up there on the remote site and keep it there. So take a minute, try this out, see what you can look at, see what you can do. Even if you've never understood HTML or CSS, just take a look at it. The more you look at it, the more you'll see and understand where it's pulling all this information.